implies that life is worth living. And my question to the atheist is, if everything ends, if Bertrand Russell is right, and when the universe dies, we die with it, why get up in the morning? My philosophy and my life on that foundation of what Russell calls unyielding despair. If all we have is unyielding despair, then I think the Apostle Paul was right when he quoted an ancient Greek poet and said, if the dead are not raised, let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. I don't think it's an appeal to emotion so much as that if we act like life is worth living, that deep down inside we really do believe life is worth living. And to me, a universe where Mother Teresa and Adolf Hitler end with the same non-existence, to me, that doesn't make life worth living. That everything I struggle for and strive for, in the end, it ends up in the ash heap of the universe. I think it's a good argument. And I admit it's not a rational argument, but I do think it's a good argument.
All right, let me be fair and ask Elliot a question. Can I try a non-rational argument? All right, quick non-rational argument. Why are doctors eating heroin? Here's my question for Elliot. Elliot, what you defend is a wishy-washy secularism. It's secularism where engage in religious traditions, people participate in religious traditions, but at least we say there's no God. So they take time out, they organize their lives around muttering falsehood. Why not have the courage of your convictions and be an out-and-out secular humanist? Someone who believes it, we'd be better off with that.
Well, I think Phil does have the point that, you have...
They can't hear you. What? Oh, yeah. Because I'm short.
Now, I think Brother Phil has a point. I think there's meaning. We just said that we die and that's it. There is relatively. We have an evidence of pointless life all around us. We see it every day. It's the people with the bumper stickers that say, he who dies with the most toys. I think we can in the world because it does not address issues of suffering. It does not address issues of truth. Now, is my secularism wishy-washy? Should we stand up for the courage of our convictions? I think we should, but we have to remember the convictions. Actions have various uses for different functions. It makes no sense for me to go around and say, I think what you're thinking is absolutely ridiculous. I'm more concerned with practice and behaviors, forms of life. And if Christians will stand with me in solidarity against sweatshops, they believe in a Christian God, who I can believe. If Christians stand with me when we fight against racism, this is, even if it's a Mormon, and a lot of Christians think Mormons are out of line, who stand against racism, I think that's an important thing. So I think that everyone's right about all sorts of creative beliefs and trends. In terms of practice, how we deal with the neighbor, is one of the fundamental things we can agree upon. And my second one is a public one, in which we come together to work on projects to solve problems with human beings in this world. I think if there's a God, that's what God wants us to do. For creating a livable planet for future generations.
All right, questions. Keep them short, please, and each guy gets a chance to say his piece in response to each question. Yes.
First of all, starting with the premise that everything has a cause, which is not, which I personally don't find self-evident. Everybody has a different. I would like to ask
the cause. But that's, I mean, that'd be pretty. That wouldn't be the best strategy for. I believe everything has. I believe everything has. Thank God. That at the beginning needs a cause. Okay? And eventually you have to arrive at something which has no beginning and no end. The infinite, eternal grounds the existence of every existence. That causality isn't real. The principle of causality is non-being cannot cause being. I can give you lots of evidence of being, existing things, causing existing things. I can't of non-being thing causing something. In order for something to cause something else, or even for nothing to cause something else, nothing would have to have the potential, the power, to bring it into existence. But potentially only exists in something actual. That is non-actual.
Do you want to speak to the causation question?
No.
All right, next question. Yes, right here.
I'm not wishing anything else about it. I'm an outright atheist. I have no. It might not have cause because of this God thing. My question is, since I'm grounded in reason, logic, and scientific method, I can't believe that just because we don't know the jump to the supernatural. You mentioned Arthur's reason. What's the simplest explanation? Well, the simplest explanation at the beginning of the universe is that it had a natural explanation. Just because we don't know the actual explanation of what happened doesn't mean we should jump to the supernatural for that.
You know, that would be very fast to deal with for the Big Bang. But what do you do when you find out that nature had a cause? How are you going to find a natural cause when there was no nature? When the Big Bang model shows that space, matter, and time came into existence. So by definition, you look for a cause. That's what supernatural means. Again, I don't think it's a God of the gap thing at all. Even when we deal with intelligent design, we find now we have scientists that are discovering that not only does matter exist, it's called information. There's a tremendous amount of evidence. The genetic information and all, but the fact of the matter is, I think we can make a real good case that information comes from intelligence. And so that's something that we know. So it's not a God of the gaps, just filling in the gaps. I think there's good reason to believe that if there's got to be, and that if all of nature had a cause, you forget about looking for natural laws. It's got to be something supernatural. So I think it is the only explanation, unless you want to jump on the Michael Martin bandwagon, that universe is out of nothing.
When you're talking about creating the universe, we want to talk about what kind of God actually is. Was a God or no God intervening in human life means to right? These are the issues that we're talking about because there are a lot of evil in the world, a lot of suffering. I don't think we need to debate Big Bang cosmology. I think there are more important issues than that, which is why I absolutely want to talk about the film. I welcome a question about ethics.